Hello guys, welcome to my channel. I'm Todd Blackman and I'm your essential drummer, and today we are going to talk about a story I have and all that. So, this is my vegan story. Probably, some of y'all probably don't know, I've been vegan for 4 years now and I don't regret it. That's right, don't regret it at all. Well, no, not at all. I've been very fortunate to be a vegan and proud of it and all that, and not going to the stereotypes of bacon's God and all that. So we're not doing that. Some people do ask me, so the reason why you became vegan is because film Cowspiracy? No. Well, how about the Cube of Truth? No, but that's messed up. No, but the reason why I became vegan is for health and wellness reasons, and it was a very extremely slow process. Like, it took about a year and a half for me to be a complete vegan and all that, or maybe 2 years to be a complete vegan and all that. Now, I have not seen any films that made me convert to being a vegan, but when I was on the vegan process, I started to see some things that were not entirely good. Let's say it's a vegan protester and all that, like PETA and all that. Sorry if I'm doing that, but I'm just saying observation. Now, with my journey of being a vegan, it first started out with a book called Eat Right for Your Blood Type. Now, basically, this book was about going back to our ancestors with our blood types and what they actually ate. And I like that concept because we're supposed to go back to our roots of how we're supposed to eat. And so my blood type is a B, so I had to eat from a paleo diet. This is totally opposite. This is totally opposite. So I had to be gluten-free, and also I had to be on this paleo diet where I had to eat meat, lamb, buffalo. That's right, buffalo. And that was pretty good stuff. I really liked lamb. That was pretty good, but poor Mary. Dear Mary. But it was pretty fun. Now that diet has helped me out a lot. It's helped me out be really healthy. It's actually helped a lot of my health problems. Getting gluten out of my diets really helped because it cleared my face up. I didn't have any stomach issues. I was entirely bloated. My cheeks were getting a little bit skinnier and all that. Trust me, my cheeks were puffy back in the day. I was a cute boy. And the reason why is that the gluten was in my system, and it really, the gluten in America is not the best thing to have in your system. Not the best to consume, especially American gluten, but other gluten is kind of okay, but not really. So I go with earth corn. Now, the best earth corn you can get is with Young Living. I did my research. Young Living's earth corn is the best thing to get. So I'm glad if I'm with them. Later that year and all that, I hanged out with one of my friends that was a complete vegan. And I didn't realize it at the time, but when we were eating and all that, before the symphony started, she was like, I can't eat that, I'm a vegan. I was like, wait, what? What's a vegan? It was just when I didn't have any knowledge about vegetarians and vegans, and I was 17 or something like that, or 19. I can't remember precisely. It was when I was in college. I was a smart student when I was in college. No, when I was 19. When I was 19, I asked her and all that, why are you vegan and all that? And so just health reasons. It doesn't do well, and plus I like the animals and all that. So what about fish oil or something? She's like, I can't touch that stuff. I have to do some substitutes for that. So I was saying what the difference is, and she was saying that, well, vegans don't eat anything from an animal or consume anything from an animal. Others, they cheat. I said it, she didn't, but in my definition, a vegan is a person who follows the rules, and a vegetarian is a vegan who cheats, and all of that. I was like, wow, I did not know that. So that was a catalyst for me. So I slowly became a vegan after that. So I transitioned to a vegetarian where I had like fish and all that. And then I started to grow very tired of meat and animal products. So I went fully converted to a vegan. That's right. Fully converted to a vegan and all that. Like, there's a thing called veganism. Yes. Now, with my type of veganism and all that, I'm going to call it veganism, alright, guys? With my type of veganism, it is not for the animal rights. I support it. I'm not saying I don't care, don't like it. I just don't care much for it. Protesting and like that stuff. I don't care much for that because I don't care much for showing people gross images on Facebook or YouTube about, oh, look what they're doing. Oh, this is why you should be vegan. No, I respect everyone's thing. I'm just sharing my story of why I'm vegan, and that's not the reason why I am an animal rights person and all that, because I don't want people to unfriend me or hate on me. So, sorry, PETA, or PETA too. Now, I do have friends that are vegan and they do that stuff, but I'm just saying that I'm not those types of vegans. That's why I do not like cowspiracy and all that. Now, with the type of veganism I am, it's for health and wellness and not for animal rights or anything. Now, with me being vegan, people are like, oh, how do you eat out? Well, it's very hard to eat out. Plus, I really don't eat out because I want to make my own food, and so I want to know where my food comes from. So that's a plus for me being a vegan. But the downside is eating out with friends. So in the beginning, like, I hanged out with people that ate at fast food places or at middle class fast food places, or high class fast food places where I classified that as Chili's. Now I hang out with some of those people, and really I can't eat anything out. Well, most of the time I like Panera, so that's a pretty good place. There only is one thing, well, two things if I do consider a salad, but really most of the stuff is not vegan at all, because most of the stuff in America is with animal products. But it's very awkward when I eat out with friends and I can't eat anywhere because when I go there I don't eat anything, and they're like, Dog, are you going to order anything? And I'm like, no, they don't have anything for me. Plus, I don't like to eat fast food places or eat out. And so they buy me stuff. They buy me food because they think I'm poor, which I'm not. I just don't want to eat there. Now, my type of veganism, again, veganism, I'm not repeating myself, but there's also other types of vegans and all that. You got the animal rights, you got people who just want to be healthy. Then you got the people who are chemical vegans, and then the chemical-free vegans. Now let me explain. The chemical vegans are the ones that want their Oreos. That's right, they want their Oreos. So that's full of chemicals, and technically I think Oreos are not vegan because it's made in a process facility with milk, if they're still doing that. It contains eggs, maybe. But it's in process and facility, so there's contaminants. So I'm being very picky, okay? I'm being very picky. So, yeah. On the other hand, chemical-free vegans like me, like, I'm very into health and wellness, and I don't want any chemicals going in my body that are going to mess me up and decrease my pH level or make me ill to illnesses or sicknesses and all that. Now, another thing with me is I go to college. I already did my time at community college. Now, I'm at a 4-year university, transfer there. I was like, oh, right. So, figure out which college did I go to. I was like, Texas State might be the best thing for me right now. So, I did that. Very fortunate to Butch Miles be my drum teacher and all that. So, that's pretty nice. If you don't know, he's a jealous. And also, I have a video about him, too, if you want to check that out. Now, with me being vegan and all that on campus, it's gotten a little tricky to be vegan and healthy at the same time. So my first time at campus, I had a lot of gluten and all that, and I tried to stay away from that stuff. But I wasn't thinking that there was other things that contain gluten in there, and some of the stuff was not vegan. And I'm like, okay, I need to stay away from this stuff. So I had a very strict thing where I get salads, I get probably eat like 1 meal a day or 2 meals a day because I'm in health and wellness, and I fast because I don't want my stomach to be busy all the time. I want to give it a break. It is what it is at a place. I try to eat as much as, not much, no. I try to eat healthy as possible. Try to make a rainbow, as they say, because I believe that you should have the rainbow in your body. Now, when I walk on campus, there's this thing called a quad, and it's a little walkway that where all the clubs try to get some fundraisers and money out of their stuff. So that's what I try to stay away from, but sometimes I just gotta walk that way, subconsciously walk that way. Sometimes they have some stuff with muffins and all that. I'm like, okay, the devil, totally not vegan, totally not vegan. Then they try to sell some soda. I'm like, totally chemical vegan or chemically not vegan and all that. Because with sodas, you probably don't know, is that with the sodas, they probably have a chemical compound from a fish and all that. I'm like, why the hell would you do that? I need answers right now. I got so many questions for y'all. But there was one time when I was walking by, and then there was this, like, I think it was like a cheerleader squad or something like that for Texas State. I don't know, I can't remember. But it was for a club. I was walking by, and there was like, hey, you want a soda? I was like, sorry, nah, I'm a vegan. And then they said, wait, sodas are vegan? And they're acting, they had a question mark there, like, what's a vegan? So I told them from 20 feet away that it has a chemical compound that comes from a fish. I said that far away, and they're like, I turned around. Now, some people do ask me, how can you build muscles if you're a vegan? I'm like, someone didn't do their research. Someone didn't do their research. You could build muscles from anything and all that. Protein is everywhere, just like DMT. Well, not exactly like DMT, but in the food, there's a lot of protein in a lot of foods. Like you got the beans, you got chickpeas, you got a lot of options. Just do some research in general. Like those people that say, how do you get your protein? Well, you didn't even research vegans, did you, buddy? Did ya? Because really, there's a lot of protein in everything. So people don't realize that. So people can be bodybuilders. Some people can build mass, or just plain old health and wellness, be healthy, and all that. Some people build muscle. Some people build mass. Some people just want to be healthy, and that's all. And that's what I want to do, is just be healthy.